Tepu. Peace and blessings to all from Divine Peace Meditation and Yoga. This is Mama Imani. Outside quickly for a September garden update. We have a young man trimming tree branches and mulching them across the street. It's green mulch, and I know that brown is what I actually need. So, update for the Goddess Urban Farm. So, just walking down. I moved the garden quite a bit back from the down the driveway because our former neighbor Ryan, he relocated. He's in the military, and he needed room for his storage pod that he had sitting in the driveway for about 5 days, and he needed room for his vehicle, which he usually parked on the street. And so he asked us to move the garden and the pallets back a bit, and he offered to help us if we needed any help moving anything. Well, I didn't need any help because as you know, I used the shopping cart to move those pallets about a mile from the house to the driveway, and so I knew how heavy they were, and I knew which one I would move and which one I wasn't going to move. So, just walking back a bit, and we have quite a bit of space at the front of the driveway, and the sun hasn't gotten high enough to actually hit our containers yet. But this is the heaviest pallet with the wading pool. And starting at the beginning, we still have the pots that I sequestered because of some heavy pest damage. The hollyhocks. They never came out to look like the picture on the box, but they always had a little bit of pest damage, so I kept them here on this end. Let's see. I believe this was the winter squash. It never came up. And in the wading pool, the sunflower had its life cycle, so I went ahead and let it dry. But in the wading pool, I planted ornamental gourds, and that's all the foliage over here. And we have the mint right beside it. The zinnias, they're losing some of their petals. Looks like they're going to seed. And on this quadrant, I planted cabbage, Earliana variety. So we'll see what that's going to do. When we have our lavender over here, chives gone wild, and I believe this is spearmint. Our Avo memorial pot of wildflowers. The elderberry tree that I have to put in a larger pot. Let's see. This is, what did I plant in here? Let's see. I planted carrots. So looks like we got some growth here. Carrots. This is the Dollar Tree hot microgreen mix. Once I clip these, again, this will be like the 4th harvest. I've got to weed the little watermelon pot. It's not getting any larger. Looks like I'm going to have to make some banana water. The blackberry bramble, I'm just letting it do whatever it wants to do. Over here, more, let's see. Sage. Only one pot seems to be sprouting though. So that's sage. So over there with the chives, that must be sage. Over here, this is, what is this? I'm trying to remember. This is the multicolor sweet peppers. That's what this is. These are the French breakfast radish. And over here is the sage. Still no life. Well, no, little something. I hope those aren't weeds. It's been windy. So, we've got all of these leaves blowing out of the trees and all over the ground. Anyway, it's time to sweep. And here I've planted more sweet sugar daddy sweet peas. Okay. What's this one here? It's not sprouted yet. I think this was spearmint. This one is spearmint. So leaves blown in, but nothing in this pot yet. Over here, lots of leaves blown in, nothing sprouting except this little tiny, I think this is lettuce. And over here, I believe this is, trying to remember. I think this is the red velvet lettuce, and this is the, I can't remember. Nothing but the pumpkin. These pumpkins over here, no, nothing. And all of the soil is going to be reclaimed. Here's another radish seedling over here. It's rained recently. So it's time to let the wildflower bag go and reclaim that soil. I have to harvest the tomatoes that have gotten plump. We've got a lot of tiny ones. I keep watering. I might be overwatering this one. And this one, I noticed that it was ripe and ready yesterday. So that's going in the house with me. In my salad today. More cherry tomato plants. All of these are cherry tomato plants. I'm gonna harvest what I can. There's another one. They're plump. Harvest what I can, take them in and put them in on the kitchen table, dining room table. But once it's done, once their time is done, which is the ones back there, I believe, in the back, sitting on the cement. I'm going to reclaim that soil. Looks like this one was our top producer in this Dollar Tree bucket, and I don't see any more fruit. This one looks like it's, oh, there's some right there. I know it. Oh, there it is. Couple right there. We're gonna get those maybe tomorrow. Let them get a couple more days of sun. Yeah. This one, the windstorms have blown them over. So, got a baby there and one that looks like it's about to be ready for harvest. Let's see here. But this one was donated from the Peace Garden, and it has not produced any fruit. These here are coming from this plant. These babies here, these tiny. Let them get a little bigger. But this large pot here has produced blossoms before, but no fruit. So I'm thinking it's time to let it go. But I've thought that before and been very pleasantly surprised. Like this fruit here. I thought this one had actually the stem, the main stem had been snapped, and I tied it up, and now there is fruit. So that's gonna be harvested probably tomorrow. These back here have not, they've produced blossoms, but no fruit. So that's why they are back here, so that I can reclaim this soil. And the ones that do have fruit, I'm gonna harvest and maybe just reclaim the soil and be thankful, dua, 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 for the tomatoes that I got this year, because I got none last year. And I didn't plant any green peppers. These were some house plants. I'm gonna reclaim the soil in that and those two pots. And anything that doesn't look like it's going to sprout anything this week, I'm gonna reclaim the soil and plant some new seeds, start some seedlings. I've got plenty of water catchment to water everything, all the containers. I've got more containers awaiting soil and for me to put in drainage holes. I always forget this area back here, the sanctuary window. Wildflower mix, and I have to do a little bit of weeding there in the middle. The Jimson weed. I see two trying to sprout up. I got to get to those. But I think our frost date is mid-November. So I'm going to let it rock and roll until then. Weed out anything that looks like Jimson or razor grass, and keep watering back here. I need to water more often because it's open, so I keep thinking that it's getting plenty of rain. But you know, the area over here by the fence, the Jimson weed is trying to reclaim. I still have not gotten my garden weasel, but I am still intent on working my plan right up until it gets too cold to come out here for long periods. All along the fence line, all along the chain link fence. I got as far as just in front of the refuse and recycle bin, and I'm going to continue past the compost, and maybe I'll get to the mass on the eastern border. The blue bin for rain catchment is 2/3 full, so I haven't had to use any household water, so that's excellent. One more look at what we got going on. I'm gonna plant more peas. I'm gonna babysit the carrots, harvest the tomatoes, say a prayer and let go of anything that has not produced by now, because it will be the equinox in let's see, today is the 14th, in within a week. So it's cleanup time. It's let it go and replant time. Yep. I'm probably gonna red pepper and use some diatomaceous earth on these two containers when I reclaim the soil. And this is my meditation on forgiveness container. I gotta find another container for the pieces so that I can use that flower pot. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. Please click like. Please leave an inspiring comment. Please share the video and subscribe to our channels. There is abundance all around us. We just have to recognize it and appreciate it. So, some hot microgreens, and this baby, along with the other ones that I already have on the dining room table, will be today's lunch. And the cleanup continues. Prep for the fall garden continues. And then soon it will be the winter garden. Meria, much love. May your Sashata Tehuti Tuesday remain safe, healthy, and blessed in abundance. Meria, much love.